prepare to be electrified, because week 4 of the UPDL Season 3 brings me into a great tussle with our patented, rubber-sealed, all-action, mono-electric team. There you go for a word salad. The Raijin Reckoners, led by Coach Travis. Now, this team has actually led me to learn something, which is horrifying as a Pokemon player, but the Raijin is apparently a thunder and lightning god from Japan, so look at that. You learn something sometimes playing this game. But this is a great team. It is our first monotype team drafted, and for that I give big props. And it's kind of an exciting prospect. Can you defeat the monotype team? Adds a little extra spice to the matchup. Without further ado, let's look at that matchup. Why don't we? Cracking right into it. This is the mon that you draft when you draft mono electric, right? No sleep and a nice blanket electric type attack boost from that electric surge out of Tapu Koko. Unless you want to be like a crazy guy and run telepathy, but I don't know about that one, Chief. Regardless, Tapu Koko is a great mon. Pretty solid all around. That blitzing speed stat just will carry you quite far. Makes you a great fast pivot with both Volt Switch and U-Turn in case you got a ground type that's worrying you on the team sheet builder. Of course, you got both screens. You got a strong Thunderbolt. You got, I believe, Thunder Punch if you want to run physical, but unfortunately this guy has the one drawback of usually running as a special attacker with Grass Knot, Thunderbolt, and Dazzling Gleam because it's got no physical fairy stab. Cursive, no play rough. But as far as mons go, Tapu Koko is a great choice for our first pick because this is a first pick worthy mon, and on a mono electric team, it makes a whole lot of sense. Next up, we've got a familiar face. One of my buddies from Season 2, Raging Bolt. I wish you better luck here than you had on my team, Ragey. Regardless, this is a great mon. It is a special attack cannon. Something like 135 special attack and 110 HP makes this a bulky cannon. This thing's on literal wooden wheels with the spokes and all. This guy, of course, is known for his signature, that special 70 base power Thunderclap, which is a Sucker Punch variant, having priority if your opponent attacks into you. Makes him a really good, cleaner upper. Can't attack him without him attacking you first. You can run this thing bulky, special attacky every time, and you'll never feel bad about it. This mon does have a bit of the Gen 9 curse of not having too much in the way of coverage. You get like Solar Beam and Weather Ball, Snarl, and Hyper Voice, and I think that's about it. Of course, you can run Terra Blast as well, but that's about all you've got. But what it does have, it is good at. If you don't have a ground type in front of you, this mon is going to be punching holes like it is a goddamn hole puncher. Really like this mon. It makes a lot of sense. If you are able to get Sunny Day and Electric Terrain up for it, that thing is just going to absolutely pump holes. Run a calc with a Raging Bolt with Specs, Sunny Day, and some Electric Terrain up. Run like a Thunderbolt into a Grass type even. I bet that thing is OHKOing. This mon is a monster indeed. You also have Volt Switch for slow pivoting, which is lovely. You can even run Calm Mind sets, Substitute sets, Zap Cannon sets with like a Blunder Policy to finally have a way to up your speed. And with that, like, it's not slow enough that doubling its speed leaves it still slow. Like, you're outspeeding everything with a +2 speed off of Zap Cannon. So maybe we'll see that tech sometime. Draco Meteor, of course, also good to mention. That's just a nuke. Zero Aura is the fastest cat this side of the West. I mean, this thing outspeeds Dragapult. You can't get all too much faster than that. If you get any faster, your name is starting to look like Regieleki or Deoxys Speed. Regardless, this mon, I do believe, handed me an L in Season 2, and for that, I am very wary of it. Fake Out, Plasma Fists, which is such an interesting move, turning all the normal type attacks used into electric type attacks to be used for Volt Absorbs. That's just, it's like a little fringe, but not fringe enough that it isn't cool. And it is really cool. I'm sure somebody will forget about it and it will win a battle at some point because it's just cool. I know the aura allegations have gone against this cat, but I like him. He's got Play Rough and Close Combat, as well as some other stuff. Bulk Up for setting up, Volt Switch, and maybe even U-Turn as well for pivoting. This one's a good cat. It is fast, 143 speed, nothing to shake a stick at. Good old mon. Knockoff as well, to mention. Pretty good utility. Next up is Brian Hand. Now this boy is big. He's a wall. He don't move that much. You defense up this thing, and it's living pretty much any super effective hit. It's living. I was in the calc. It's living super effective hits from Mega Medicham with like an adamant Mega Medicham with a Psycho Cut. It is kind of disgustingly big. That 150 HP is going crazy. This one has, of course, some good things going for it. Fake Out gives you a little bit of chip for free. Sword Stance lets you really get powerful there. You've got Steel Coverage and Iron Defense on that metallic side of the world. All of the punches, including Ice Punch for Bolt Beam coverage, Drain Punch, Fire Punch. Of course, you got Thunder Punch. You also got Supercell Slam because Gen 9 finally blessed those physical electric types. And Volt Switch for pivoting out. As well as, I believe, Close Combat are one of the strong fighting type moves. This guy's main option is just to sit and be a wall, and of course he loves Tapu Koko's electric terrain, giving him like an attack or a defense boost, as well as just some more power on his electric type attacks. So far, all these mons are, believe it or not, making a lot of sense together. It's almost like they all got something in common. Next up, Thunderous Incarnate. It's lovely to have somebody who's ground immune, isn't it, after those first four? It's great, very sensible pick here. You gotta just patch up that ground weakness one way or another. And of course, having it on a strong, fast Prankster user, you're not gonna complain about it. You get Prankster Thunderwave, Tailwind, Taunt, Swagger, though I think Swagger might be illegal, as well as some other things I'm sure I'm forgetting. It might even get, I think this is one of those guys that gets one of the two screens, but not both. But Prankster aside, this guy gets, of course, a pretty good speed stat and a pretty good special attack stat that you can take advantage of as a sweeper. Nasty Plot and Bulk Up for setting up. A Prankster Bulk Up is actually kind of nice because you can use that to kind of offset the damage you're going to be taking from somebody who's faster than you, or it lets you run like a weird bulky set. You never know. It has a reasonable enough attack stat that you can run it physically. I think it even holds on to knockoff if I'm not mistaken. This guy is, of course, just like Tapu Koko, Curse of No Stab. He's got like nothing but hidden power flying for flying type stab, which ain't exactly cutting it, but with defog support as well, and you know, that ground immunity, this is a great mon. It's a good pivot at 111 speed tier. It makes so much sense on this team. Sandy Shocks is up next. You'll see that we're starting to get a bit of an ice weakness going on. We've got half the team drafted so far weak, but we'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. This, just like Mr. Raging Bolt, kind of has that curse of no coverage given to a lot of the stronger Gen 9 mons. You see in like Iron Bundle as well, where you get like your two stab types and then one kind of mech type that doesn't even really go well. In this case, you get Earth Power, Thunderbolt, and like Ancient Power, and then you get normal on Terra Blast, but we're not going to write home from war about, you know, Terra Blast, non-Terra. Regardless, Earth Power and Thunderbolt is really enough to go quite far with this guy. Volt Switch as well for pivoting. A lot of pivoting on this team. You can make free momentum wherever you want, which I think is a really, really strong point about this team. Like, everybody can position themselves if they need to, and with the variety of speed tiers going here, of course, electric types are they're gonna irk to the faster side, but like Brian Hands is slow, Raging Bolt is slow enough that you can run at min speed and underspeed some things. Regardless, you can position really easily with this team as long as, you know, you're not facing down a ground type, but you've got to have different plans for your ground type, right? That being said, this mon is good. You can run Photosynthesis, speed, or special attack on it, letting you have a really fast mon. +1 on 101 is quite a lot of speed, in fact, and then it's got like maybe 124 special attack if I'm remembering or pulling numbers out of my butt. But this thing can run fast, shoot hard, good mon. Rotom Heat here helps you with your ground weakness and your ice weakness, which is a lovely benefit. And of course, Rotom's a good package. Great defenses and a great special attack stat will do pretty good, as well as a lovely utility move pool. You are, of course, getting Defog, both screens, Will-O-Wisp, Thunderwave, another pivoter with Volt Switch, Pain Split for some percentage health damage, which can be really useful, seeing as Rotom's health isn't particularly high. I think it's base 58. I should know. I have a different Rotom on my team. Regardless, this mon is great. The entire team loves a Levitate buddy, so it's slotting in quite nicely here. Iron Thorns here. Here's our buddy with a 4 times ground weakness, but no levitate. But he does have the secret trick of Terra, which does help quite a bit. Terra Grass, Terra Fairy, I believe this thing it is. And he's a good mon. Great defense stat, great attack stat, I believe 110 and 134 respectively. Passable speed tier somewhere in the 60s, I believe. Saying a lot of I believes. I'm trying to remember all these Pokemon things while I roll my eyes up in my head like Mentat. That all being said, of course, this mon's good. You give it a Dragon Dance, you give it 2 Dragon Dances, it's just going to start using its loaded dice, and it's just going to pop your whole entire existence with Rock Blast. Of course, if it doesn't miss, Curse of Rock-type moves. Supercell Slam, same thing. If it hits, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. Gets Earthquake for coverage, and other than that, not all too much. But being a Terra Captain, you get Terra Blast Fairy, you get that Play Rough at home, or you get Terra Blast Grass, which, you know what? It's nice to have. Just as an option. Really good mon. Of course, Terra Grass is great because it's going to resist all those ground types, and it's going to let you hit them super effectively if you do bring a Terra Blast. Good mon. Absolutely a threat that needs to be kept in mind. It's got that speed tier where if it gets 1 Dragon Dance, it is a problem. Arctozolt, one of my Season 1 goats, and I don't say that lightly. I love this mon so much. This is one of those little gems where I decided to draft it, and it just became an all-time favorite. I, of course, ran the Season 1 with Galarian Slowking to give him slow pivots with Snow, and under Snow, this thing is a Le Demon. You get that Slush Rush and that Snow defense boost, shout out Gen 9, and this thing becomes pretty bulky. Before I go into anything offensively, I do want to just say, this thing is like kind of pseudo bulky. I mean, you can kind of look at him and see he's got some literal bulk in his design, but it's got, I think, 90 base defenses all around, HP, defense, special defense, and that's good. That's going to live you a hit. Ice and Electric isn't even the worst defensive type. You're weak to fighting rock and ground, which is not grand, but you know what? You can live that, especially if you just put some little booties on you. Regardless, if you do get this Snowscape up, or put a Scarf on it and have your speed tiers well calculated out, Bolt Beam, Bolt Beak, and Blizzard are just going to sweep. I had a couple of games where Arctozolt just hit the field and ate like 3 Pokemon, and that's why I won in Season 1. This is like, if I ever have to redraft him on, this is going to be one of my top contenders, because I love this guy to death and back. He is, in fact, the GOAT. Mega Ampharos, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't know what Mega Ampharos does. He's got Mold Breaker, so I guess you can not get hard-walled by Kilowattrel. But, hey, he's Fabio. He's got that absolute luscious drip on him, so I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to take a second and admire this beautiful design. Ampharos, but we give it hair. They're literally geniuses. Luxray up next. Now, Luxray sometimes gets some fraud allegations, and I won't stand for it. I know everybody says, oh, it should have been a dark type. It's not even good. It's got Intimidate. It's got Guts. You got 2 ways to play it. Trailblazing Gen 9 gives it a little gift of being able to patch up its speed stat while also doing some damage. You can run an AV stat. And Supercell Slam, also a great option for it. Of course, with Guts, you're getting a beautiful attack boost while being immune to other statuses like Burn and Toxic. Well, I mean, you're going to get burned anyway because you're running Guts. But you can't be Toxic, you can't be put to sleep. Good enough for me. This does, I believe, get knockoff and some other good coverage, making it a pretty cheap offensive piece that I will not be shaking the stick at. Pikachu's up next, and now you might be thinking, it's Pikachu, it's 1 point, what can this... Nah, I'm worried about this one. You toss the Light Ball on it, its signature move, doubles your attack and special attack, you're hitting extreme speeds with 485 attack there. If this thing was a Terra Captain, it would be an absolute monster. Luckily, it is not. This guy gets the Golden Boy treatment from Game Freak, and that just means that he has like every move he could ever want. Surf, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam, I'm pretty sure, Moonblast, one of the 2. It's got like every single setup move it could possibly ever want. It's got Iron Tail. It just can do everything just in the body of a Pikachu, which does not have good bulk. Even with an Eviolite, it's not too bulky. Before I move on to my team, I do just want to mention about Pikachu. this thing can run Z moves. We put in the fine print of the Season 3 document, like, if you've got a 1 point not fully evolved Mon, it can run a Z move. This thing's got 2 great signature Z moves. It's got Catastrophica and 1,000 billion trillion volt Thunderbolt. And one of them has like a +2 critical hit ratio. I want to see the Landsat Barrier Focus Energy tech where you hit that crit for like, what is that calculating in base power? 1.5 on the base power. You can hit like a 315 base power attack with that. It's just absolutely Mickey. But this Mon is not to be trifled with. It will be doing damage if it can. Hopefully you can just hit it with an EQ and send it to the Shadow Realm, but don't look at those beady eyes. This thing is a shark. This thing is a killer. With all that said and done, I'm going to get into what I prepped for this matchup. First up, I am bringing Drampa. This one, it doesn't say, but it's actually Terra Normal, not Terra Ground. I was going for a little fake out where they might try to hit me with a grass type or ice type move, and I just Terra Normal, and I'm neutral to it. That was the gambit in question. We are running Calm Mind, Draco Meteor, Hyper Voice, and Roost. Berserker as my ability, Citrus Berry for a little bit of longevity on top of Roost. Literally and metaphorically here. Max HP and special attack with a minus speed in nature so that I'm a slow boy. I just want to be able to slow out, hit slow pivot mons, like if Brian Hands decides to volt switch on me or what have you. And the idea is just to do good neutral damage. I mean, the only mon that can take a Draco Meteor is Tapu Koko. The rest of them are not happy to take it in the least. Brian Hands, of course, is okay with that. A Terra Normal Hyper Voice is kind of deadly, and that's about all he's got to do. Be big, be bulky, and help out the team. And hopefully hit that little gambit where they think I'm going to be Terra Ground, and I'm not. I'm running a little trickery dickery dock. The mouse ran up the clock. Or should I say, perhaps the Pikachu ran up the clock. But the clock falls down when the clock strikes 12, and I'm just going to move on because I'm really rambling here. Mega Medicham is coming back again for the 3rd time. Trailblaze, Close Combat, Cycle Cut, and Fake Out. We saw Fake Out do some great chip into that Regieleki last time, so I'm just going to have this here for revenge killing, need be it. With 1 Trailblaze, I am set to outspeed a Zero Aura without any boosts, just max speed, which is a lovely speed tier to have, so I can hopefully catch it on the switch and then just put it down with a Close Combat or Cycle Cut. We are running 68 HP, 252 boosted attack, and 188 speed. That speed, of course, is just hitting that benchmark that I talked about with the Zero Aura. Now, this Mon is going to be doing just generally good neutral damage. We're, I think, OHKOing Tapu Koko with a Psycho Cut as long as it is an offensive Tapu Koko. 1 Trailblaze boost will, of course, help me outspeed that feller. And a Psycho Cut will kill an uninvested Iron Hands. Iron Hands that is not infested. Been a long day. An Iron Hands that is not invested into HP and defense will fold to 1 Psycho Cut, and with a crit, it should be good. Here's just a handful of calculations about that. Galarian Wheezing is up next. Now, you can look at this here, and you're going to notice that, like, I took the idea of Galarian Wheezing here, and I straight up just went too far. I'm running Misty Surge and Aromatherapy, which is already a little bit redundant because Misty Surge gets rid of status to begin with. I was a little worried about Thunderwave spam for my faster mons. Or, you know, a Will-O-Wisp onto Mega Medicham would be no good. Running Defog here for those Sandy Shock spikes that I didn't even mention earlier. Sludge Bomb helps me hit a Terra Iron Hands. And Will-O-Wisp also helps me with an Iron Hands. You'll see that I'm worried about Iron Hands with this set with that 252 plus defense. But Misty Surge, Aromatherapy, Will-O-Wisp, and Air Balloon, it's like I'm trying to make the most Galarian Wheezing. I'm giving this thing Levitate at home with an Air Balloon, and then I'm going way too hard and curing status, and then I'm also cucking myself out of being able to use Will-O-Wisp because I'm Misty Surge. There's a couple of insynchronicities in this set, but you know what? We let it ride. We built what we built. there's one measly calc for you. Zygarde is up next. I know it's expected. I'm assuming Arctozolt is going to pull up, but I'm going to bring my ground type to the mono electric team. I'm sorry. Shoot me. Running Substitute and Dragon Dance, hoping to wall out something that might have like a Choice Scarf or a Choice Band or Specs using electric, or just somebody who can't really damage Zygarde outside of their electric and their coverage. Dragon Dance to start boosting up and try and steal the show. 1,000 Arrows because it lets me hit that Rotom and put it to sleep pretty much immediately, and lets me hit that that Thunderous Incarnate, as well as anybody who might be wise enough to bring an Air Balloon. Scale Shot will let me boost up, I believe, with that 228 investment, also past a Zero Aura without any kind of boost. 252 Adamant Attack is going to make sure that my hits hit hard. Here's a couple of those calculations. I don't know why the Zero Aura is there. I might have mixed up the Z's, but you can see that 4 Zero Aura knockoffs will guarantee to kill my Zygarde, so that's that. It's actually not even my Zygarde, but getting on with it. Annihilate is here. This is my Brian Hands answer part 2. You can see that I'm kind of looking for like a Rock Blast with the Rocky Helmet to boost up my Rage Fist as hard as it can go, and then also do some damage. Bulk Up set with a Drain Punch, Rage Fist, and some Stealth Rock for utility, hitting that Rotom or that Thunderous if they're not bringing rocks, as well as that Arctozolt as well. And everybody else neutrally, except for Brian Hands, who resists them. Max HP and an Adamant Attack Nature on top of 252. Defiant in case we get some kind of stat lower. I was assuming that Vital Focus probably wasn't necessary on account of the fact that Electric Terrain might be up, and also I don't think the sleep moves are present on this team, so we're just not going to go with that. But this mon is here to be bulky and punch hard and hopefully keep itself healthy by being relatively unresisted with its Drain Punch. I think the only mons here that do resist it are Thunderous and Tapu Koko there, so that's nice. There's a couple of calculaciones. And Rotom is here, of course, being a quad electric resist, which is very nice. This guy was running Terra Electric, not that I brought that down. And this is just full utility. Will-O-Wisp to cripple those physical attackers like Zero Aura, Iron Hands, and Iron Thorns. Luxray, probably not as much, seeing as it usually runs Guts. And Reflecting Light Screen just to support the other teams. Volt Switch to get it on in. Volt Switch is perhaps a bit of a foolish move with Zero Aura running around, but you know what? If it gets a little bit of momentum because I fail to Volt Switch into it, I'll be okay. I can then just proceed to Will-O-Wisp it, ideally. That is the idea. You'll see that we are running 200 speed, which outspeeds Iron Thorns base, I believe. It outspeeds something. That calc might be lost to time. Anywho, a little bit of defense with that plus defense nature and quite a bit of HP there, just making me bulky. My thought is that I'm going to be able to live any special attack really from most of those mons. The only thing that really threatens me is an Overheat, which I can Terra out of, or a Blizzard from Arctozolt, which I can also Terra out of harm's way, and, you know, just reduce that damage. I didn't run any calcs from Rotom. I just wanted him to do screens. That's all I got for my team this week, so let's get right on into that live replay, the moment you've been waiting for, and let's see if this match is electrifying as it should be. I think I used that pun twice already. Let's just cut to the show. Alrighty, here we are. Sending it off. Alright, what do we got here? A lot of kind of what I was thinking about. This team that I'm fielding here is probably not the best all in all, but I brought some of my better ways to resist electric. Of course, this is a mono electric team. We're going into the Raijin Reckoners, led by Coach Travis. It's all good. I have named these. No, Arctozolt was a little interesting. So let's see what we brought here. We've got a Calm Mind, Draco Meteor, Hyper Voice, Roost, Drampa just to deal solid normal damage. Up until about 15 seconds ago, this thing was running Endure Custap, but I changed it to Calm Mind Citrus. just to make it a little more hardy into Raging Bolt. This is supposed to be able to just nuke it. We have a Trailblaze Mega Medic Jam with just some movery dooveries. Fake Out on there just for like random prio if I need it. Chicken is here. We're running Aromatherapy because we're assuming that there's going to be a little bit of Thunderwave spam here. Just a little inkling. Chicken here, Mr. Zygarde is just a substitute D-Dance set. Scale Shot, loaded dice. Bulk Up, Rocky Helmet with rocks here, and Screens Rotom, which we're going to lead off with. I'm not really too worried about anybody's offensive pressure. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised about Rotom into Rotom as a starting matchup, which of course I'd probably just Terra Electric to not get overheated on, because I'm assuming that's like not looking super grand. Yeah. I believe, and we can double check this, I'm fairly speed invested. I'm speed crept to somebody. Who did I speed creep this Rotom to? Oh man, I don't remember. It was unboosted Iron Thorns, I believe. Alright, we already have our leadoff. Is it Rotom v Rotom? Rotom v Tapu is perfectly fine here. We're going to just start off with, who do you want to bring into a Rotom? Probably your own Rotom would be my guess. So we're just going to start with a Screen. Easy peasy. There's, of course, Ice Punch possibilities from both Iron Hands and Zero Aura here. So maybe we go Reflect. I am a Quad Electric Resist, so I'm not too worried about any of those things. If Coco stays in, they're probably going to pepper me with special attacks, so we'll just keep the Light Screen going. My team this week, I don't believe I said, is named after my chickens. So we'll see how that goes over. I am pretty laid back today. I don't think I'm feeling nearly as manic as I have so far. Not that this matchup isn't scary. In fact, I should probably be much more scared than I am. I mean, we're looking at Raging Bolt, Iron Thorns, Tapu Koko, Iron Hands, all this. Zero Aura, Rotom. These are good mons. I do have a solid answer in Mr. Zygarde, who I dropped a Yakshi Berry from. I'm okay with that. Seeing as that U-turn definitely hurting a little bit. I guess I could have tarried there expecting that. But you also run Volt Switch, so what do you know? Light Screen here lets me live, but I think we probably just Volt Switch for the overheat, and we can start like maybe we just hard into Weezing Galar. We'll Volt Switch on it. I think we'll probably outspeed. Question mark. It depends on their is risking like I'm assuming that okay, with big investment you probably don't kill. Watching my oven and lawnmower battle it out in the garage. Real. Will-O-Wisp, that's fine on Rotom of all people. You are probably max speed, so we're going to go and pencil that in. Maybe take off 15% for Volt Switch means that you are probably 0 Spadef. And maybe even 0... Yeah, that probably checks out. Maybe we'll run like 50 HP just for posterity. Now the question is, we see that you are Will-O-Wisping here. We can't really bring in a physical attacker. Can a Draco make any good progress here? Potentially. We could also just Hyper Voice up. Or Calm Mind on it is also a very fine way to go about here. Maybe just start loading up this guy. How much do we need to like Oko? A +1 Oko's an Iron Hands, perhaps? So I think we like this here. We're running Berserk, Citrus Berry with Terra normal. We're going to Calm Mind on it. T-Wave is tough, but we're not going for any speed awards here, so that's fine. Here we're going to press Hyper Voice and just see where it takes us. We can't get Hexed here, actually, because we're normal type. I could also Terra normal, but I might as well save it. Chimkin. Indeed, Kenzie, indeed. Just press Hyper Voice. This seems like a fairly easy pull. We're resistant to both of these stab types. The only thing that kind of wants to come in here is like Iron Thorns, who can probably take this fairly handedly. And then, I don't know, we'll see what happens. My special defense is unbelievable right now with a boost and a blamp. Thunderbolt is just not enough there. That Hyper Voice is going to knock you out. I think that's putting Drampa on the board here. Is that your first kill, Drampa? Let's take a little peek-see under the hood. Congratulations, Drampa. You'll love to see that. Yeah, that Thunderbolt was perhaps expecting like a Terra Water? I don't know. I don't know, man. But this is max HP, max special attack, so 252, 252 plus with minus speed nature and some other shit. I don't know where that. I think it's an extra EV in defense. I would imagine Iron Thorns could come out here. We probably just the Paralyzed chance and the Stone Edge chance are pretty nasty. That's on a band though. Off a band, we just press Draco into probably like whatever comes out. Terra Normal if Coco comes out. And that's it. There is a chance that Chicken here just does some incredible tearing through this team right now, which would be, you know what, I wouldn't complain. 4 potential screens of light turn. 4 potential screens of light turn. Oh my goodness, you can tell that you can tell what working with kids for 8 hours a day does to a brain. It starts to bring it down to their level. I'm kidding. I do think that. Oh my god, I love my job. That's a whole side tangent. Today I had to clean yogurt out of the ear of a 5-year-old. That was really awesome. I was eating my apple while they were doing a snack. I was answering a question to one kid. I work in a kindergarten, if I haven't said this 1,800 trillion times. But I was just doing my thing, eating my snack, helping a kid with some question. And this other kid comes up to me and he goes, Mr. Peterson, I have yogurt. And I look at him and he's got yogurt. He's got a big old mop of blonde hair. And just all down the right side and in his ear. Like, I'm talking in his ear canal. I wish I had had Q-tips because it would have helped me get it out. But, like, bro's going to be hearing yogurt for the next couple days. So if you ever wonder what I do off of the Pokemon field, it's that. I'm trying to think. Did anything else particularly funny happen today? I don't know. We just Draco Meteor this thing immediately. A Drain Punch is pretty irritating actually, so maybe we just go right into good old Annihilate. Like, yeah, the boost is nice, but so it goes. We could also outspeed and put up a Reflector, even burn this thing real quick. I take fairly solid damage on the Bing Bong. As my biggest special attacker, I probably wouldn't mind. Actually, a very easy way to do this move is actually this, in which a fighting move comes out, we get rid of this electric terrain, air balloons up, Drain Punch is peanuts, packing peanuts even. My balloon is gone, but we'll deal with that later. I can even Aromatherapy in a second here. I can't Will-O-Wisp because we're on electric terrain. That's perhaps a slight oversight, but we'll just deal with that as we go. Do we want to get rid of that paralysis? Perhaps. You're pretty healthy. Sludge Bomb here. I think we'll Aromatherapy up. Oh, poor Chef. You will be sorely mistaken here. We are running all chickens and Annihilate. Annihilate who I guess was once a chicken, is now no longer. You'll see when we see that nickname. But I think just honestly healing some of the status that's happened is, like, nice. It's expecting probably, like, a, are you Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam? Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, you're expecting Dazzling Gleam. You might be, so you boost your defense, which is interesting. I think we just start Sludge Bomb and see what happens. I'm not Levitate, so an Earthquake here. Do you get Earthquake? Hold on. Let's do some research that I should have done before. You do get Earthquake. That's quite problematic. I could send out Chicken here. I could just Aromatherapy here. We'll press Sludge Bomb. The fact that you have an easy pressed Earthquake is helpful. How much would that Drain Punch have hypothetically done? No-ko. That's not necessarily grand. I would like to... Gray Duck. Yeah, I'll just press Aromatherapy. Get some progress out of here. We can't get fake-outed, which is nice. Will-O-Wisp, of course, you will be protected from, which is a horrible, horrible team-building sin on my side. But oh well. Sludge Bomb, of course you are not running Status and Gleam, you're running Will-O-Wisp. I think we'll burn a turn of the Misty Train. The Misty Train is mainly to play the Weather Wars here. Aromatherapy is not feeling too bad. Letting in Iron Thorns here is not ideal. At +1, do you break me? No. Not hypothetically not. I think we're okay with this scenario. We could also bring in Terra Steel Rotom for like a pretty solid wall. At +1 we still live a Stone Edge, which is nice. Of course, if you attack, then yeah. So we go out Rotom here, and we've remembered now again that I still cannot press. Oh god, I still can't press Will-O-Wisp. I've cucked myself so hard. On Jajamin. No status for Rotom. Status for you, perhaps in the future. We will see. We live the Stone Edge, and then we'll see. Maybe we just Volt Switch on it. Maybe your Stone Edge misses. We'll see. If your Stone Edge misses, then we probably just put up a light screen, and then we'll see. Oh, we can also oh, we can Terra Electric, not Steel. That's more problematic. The Reflect up here is pretty good though, because that, like, I think effectively it'll hash out to like not quite -2, but I'll be a more happy camper. You are at +1/+1, of course, not grand. This isn't calculating like a Rock Blast at 4 hits. Still live it. 5 hits might kill. Problematic, but we'll see. The D-Dance here is, of course, not good. Not ideal in the slice. Ice Punch is terrible. Should have Terra. Oh well. You're gonna Terra Fairy if I bring out... Oh, you're gonna Terra Fairy Terra Blast if I bring you out. I bring you out. Do I live with you? I do live anything. Most likely. Alright, so I bring you back out. Losing Rotom there is really silly. All of our kitchen appliances are dead. Well, I guess lawnmowers aren't in the kitchen. Anywho, the question goes, what do we do about all of this stuff? Ice Punch makes a lot of sense. I think we just bring you out. And we're gonna defog for an easier Will-O-Wisp? I don't know. This is a horrible situation. Maybe a Rock Blast here would be like... Actually, a Rock Blast into Rocky Helmet. This is, not ideal. That was... Oh my goodness, I've actually, like, ruined myself here. I could defog for a more accurate Will-O-Wisp, but then I'm just probably dead. That's the only issue there. So I think we bring out Annihilate and see what happens. How much am I getting out of a Bullet Punch? Not enough. Which means I should have just brought Annihilate out, but fuck it. We could also Sludge Bomb a Terra Fairy. That could be quite nice, low-key. That's, some significant chips, so we're just gonna Sludge Bomb the Terra Fairy. I'm playing like an idiot. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I did not put enough time into prepping here, and I feel like we might pay the price for that, but we're just gonna have to thug it out and see. As long as this... Okay, into Annihilate would have been the better move. Assuming that... Watch this shit. Please, for the love of God, press Rock Blast again, and not Supercell Slam. Knowing we got Rock Blast here is lovely. Annihilate is going to do some Ice Punch. Ow, fuck me, that hurts. We Drain Punch easily here, and then this hopefully just shakes out the right way. We, of course, get Rage Fist stacking here. Getting this thing off the field would be awesome. Thunder Punch kills. That's really fucked up. Okay, well, there are definitely problems at hand. Maybe we, knowing the full set, we just bring you out and Draco on it, right? Or do we Terra? Yeah, this is not ideal. We're going to Terra. We could Terra. Oh god. A Rock Blast kills is horrible. That's really horrible. This is not good news bears. We have to Terra. Yeah, gotta Terra normal for the Ice Punch. Hopefully, assuming it might Ice Punch, assuming that I'm Terra ground, in which case I easily live and I kill this thing. Please Ice Punch. Thank God. No freeze. Okay, beautiful. We get the heal off, and we're feeling a little bit better. Not a lot of bit better, but a little bit better. Of course, we're at reduced special attack now, which is not ideal. I might just roost my next turn away. Galarian Weezing is also in horrible state. This set could have loved a special attack on it. Or rather, not a poison type attack. A fairy attack is what sometimes they call what I'm thinking of. Getting Mega Medicham on here, of course, can definitely clean some things up. I mean, a roll to kill on Psycho Punch. Losing Annihilate stinks. Losing Rotom. Why does it think Rotom's alive? I hate to break it to you, Caltex, but bro is dead. Getting an Ice Punch off the field is nice as well. Assuming here the current state -1, we can still do some damage to something. Question mark. I could Hyper Voice. We'll probably, if we live something, we get boosted back up to nada, and then like a Draco goes nuts. So that's probably what's gonna end up happening. Tapu Koko. If I get hit by like anything that doesn't kill, how's a Moonblast looking into Zygarde? A D-Gleam is really... Oh, that's Specs. So if we take off the Specs here, assuming you're not Specs, which you might be. You very well might be, but you might have been running a Volt Switch for Specs set. Assuming that a Hyper Voice here could kill. So we'll just see how it goes. Just gonna see how it goes. Getting Tapu Koko off the field is grand. Thunderbolt, we live that. We get the boost. We don't get parried. We Hyper Voice. We don't quite kill, but that's alright. We're gonna deny this electric terrain here. And then, if we die, we die. And then we can get out Mega Medicham and Trailblaze, of all things. They'll probably expect some priority if I just send it out confidently and swap out. And hopefully that's how it goes. Do we want to just roost on it? Well, okay. Your U-turn doesn't actually necessarily kill. That would be really funny. But I think just getting this terrain set up would be nice. It also protects me. Weezing comes out. Does a U-turn come out? We actually... Okay, we don't live with D-Gleam. We send out Mega Medicham, and we can just fake out for free, actually. I forgot that I put free fake out on you. And that's grand. That's really grand. Alright. Beautiful. Fake that thing. A little pump fakey, as they call it. It's not ideal. A Thunderclap doesn't kill. Do we Trailblaze first? No, I think we just try to take the close combat. I think we just try to take the damage as it stands. Please kill. Thank God. Okay, that's feeling great. That's feeling lovely. We'll probably sack Drampa next turn. We're gonna do a lot of... Yeah, that makes some sense. We're gonna send out Chicken here for the D-Gleam and just let him die. Let it die. Let it shrivel up and die. D-Gleam is fine. That's as expected. Okay, non-specs is not necessarily ideal. I'd love to D-Dance because I will outspeed you. If you're Scarfed, then so it goes. We hit them with the hee-hoo. I think we just try to dragon dance on this. If this is here, can we check this dazzling gleam on oh god, all my mons are named chicken. 33% into Terra normal. Let's check you just at 100 real quick. 33 is not looking like max special, question mark? We'll have to perhaps verify that, but I think right now the play here is to D-dance and just see if that can take me through. If I live this D-dance, if I live this D-gleam, I'm probably like vibing. Because I can easily take care of this Iron Hands. There's definitely some issues if I do not live this turn. I don't... Okay, live the D-gleam, thank God. I outspeed you as long as you're not scarfed. That's what matters. Whew, I love your bulk. That O is pretty helpful. I should outspeed, perhaps not Zero Aura. No, I do outspeed. Okay, well that's that Shoka Berry's not enough. I'm sorry, Chief. Tapu's defense is just not enough. Zero Aura, you are speedcraft, buddy. If you're scarfed, and that's how this game ends. If not, you're scarfed. Look at that. You are stuck into that hidden power, of course, which is quite nice. The good news is that if you hidden power ice me more, I can just trailblaze out of this. What's up, Cha?
Not much. I just
Oh.
want to make a cameo on the next
Well,
YouTube
you can
video.
do that. I live that. I make that. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good because now I can out-combat your Scarf. And I think it just depends on if Iron Hands can kill me here. Because I should outspeed here. Oh, okay. I should have Trailblazed. No, I didn't need to Trailblaze again. It's fine. Psycho Cut there. Well, it was really Scarf. Oh, this is calcing Adamant. If I crit or get a good roll / this thing is not defensive, well, this is how it ends.
You're typing that in the chat, like, they can hear your YouTube
Well,
commentary.
It's commentary chat. Yeah, this is the turn. This is literally just up to chance as far as I understand. If it's fake out, then that's game, right? I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm assuming... Oh, damn, fake out does not kill. Here, why is Pokédex, Showdex, whatever it's called, Calcdex? It depends. It really depends. Damn! Okay, that thing was max def. GG's. Alright, well, I can live with a 01 or a 5-6, whatever we call it. Yeah, that figures. GG's, very GG's. Our record now stands at 2-2. I'm not upset about that loss in the slightest. I definitely could have had some better lines there, but you know what? That's the way it goes. Some days you don't play your A game, and you know what, Travis? You've definitely won that game fair and square with a well-deserved victory, no matter how it rolled. So, GG's indeed. And that's where we'll sign off for today.